Hey guys, welcome back to another video. For those of you who don't know, my name is Karina and I'm also known as the Artistic Newfie on YouTube and other social media platforms as well. Hi if you're new, and welcome back I guess if you've been here before. This week's video could be a mishmash of things. I don't know what I'm going to be getting up to, but I thought that I would start off the video, new vlog today, because I had mentioned in my previous video, which is actually going up tomorrow. I know that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we have a 4-day weekend here. My husband, I'm a seasonal worker, so I only work from June until the first couple weeks of September, and then I'm kind of, I'm not employed for the rest of the season, so it's seasonal work. So I have every day off until I get another job or I get rehired for my last job. But he has a full-time job and he actually booked a day off tomorrow, which is the 7th of October. And because Thanksgiving is on Monday, he has that day off too. So as I had mentioned in my previous video, I was saying I've been spending a lot of time alone, so it's really nice to be able to look forward to that and actually have a few days there where we can have some family time. And the kids got Monday off too from school because school shut down for Thanksgiving. And so yeah, we'll see what we get up to. So that's why I thought I would start the video early, because I've been adding in some extra clips of things that we're getting up to other than just me sitting in the studio and doing art projects. And I thought that maybe something fun might happen over the weekend and we can catch that as well. So if you haven't seen the last vlog, go back and watch it, because it's I'm kind of a little bit proud of that one. I spent a lot of time editing it editing it, and I think I did a really good job compared to, I mean, it's probably not one of the best videos you'll ever see, but compared to my previous editing, I think what I'm doing now works so much better. So I am just sitting here. I don't know exactly what it is I want to do today. It is a traditional art day for me. I usually take Wednesdays and Thursdays to do painting, drawing, all that stuff that's not digital, and that's sometimes could be for myself. I don't have any collaborations with any companies right now. I do have one coming up and I'm super excited to get the materials, because I need something else to do outside of artwork. And not saying that I don't enjoy this, but there are times where I'm like, I want to do something else other than paint or draw. So I have some things coming from a company and I'm excited to share them with you, and it'll give me something to do other than this, and it's also something that I can still record, so that's going to be super exciting. And Archer is now just starting to whine. He probably wants to go outside. What's new? But yeah, let's get into the video. And let's see what else we get into between now and Wednesday of next week. Alright guys, so it is the 11th of October. We had a weekend of doing just a little bit of this and that. And I did this thing that I just showed in a small clip. Sorry about the overhead, the shadows here, but there's not a whole lot of light coming in this room today, so it's a bit gray. I'm not sure if I like the way that I got the light green done up in the leaves here. I think I could have done a bit more shading, but I was actually rushing to do this because I've started something else. I've started a new project. I'm going to kick myself in the ass for it, like I usually say, because it's confusing and it's a learning process. But here it is. I'm trying to learn how to crochet. It is not going well. I have gotten to the end of this sheet 3-4 times and have had to untangle, like unravel all of it, and I'm back at this little itty bitty tiny first round. that's where I'm back at. I'm back at the first round because I can't figure out how to mark my stitches, so that because when I get down to the 8th round, I always have extra stitches. I never have 49. I always end up having like 50 odd, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I'm using a paper clip to mark where my last stitch was. And I'm hoping that going forward here, now that I don't have someone home, I can take an hour and sit down and try to figure this out and not have any distractions. So I'm kind of contemplating whether I want to work on digital art, if I want to start another prompt for one of the Halloween prompts that I'm doing. If you didn't see the last vlog, this is the one that I did here, the dragonfly, the bearded dragonfly, and then over the weekend I did the mandrake. So yeah, so the prompt on this one here today is the Unseelie Queen, and that kind of has me interested to try and draw like a fairy queen over right here. So it's already lunchtime and I'm gonna figure out what it is I want to do, but I have crochet, I have more yarn back here, never mind the toilet paper, and so these scissors that I got from oh my goodness, bbcraft.com. This is not sponsored video, by the way, but this is where I got them. So if you want to check out one of the previous videos, you can see where the links and everything all are. These come in really handy with this, but I do have some fun stuff coming from bbcraft.com again. I'm going to keep working with these guys because they have a lot of stuff that I want to get to show and I can use for myself. Just a little hint, just a little hint. That I got some stuff coming from them. So I just need to figure out what it is that I want to do. I've got my computer set up over here. I'm watching Annika's Leaf again because I just had lunch. And I rigged up a new light for my flowers, my plants, because that's the chair. This one right here, I lost one side of it because it ended up getting root rot because I overwatered it, and I think a part of the overwatering was because I couldn't tell with the grow light on there. I kind of had like a routine and it would help keep the soil nice and dry when it needed to be, and without the grow light I was kind of not doing the right thing. So now I have this rigged up again. It is not the safest in the world, but you know, nothing is bent the wrong way. Everything is just, it's working. It's just, it's an old switch that my grandfather had in his shed. Anyway, this was out in the shed, so I went and got it, brought it in, and this thing works in there fine. This is a bulb that doesn't overheat, so I'm not really worried about it. So at least I can get some light now. But look at this guy. He's sprouting up. This is a new set of leaves right here, this little green thing. That's coming off of this one. And then this here is the rotten leaf that I pulled out, and it grew roots, so I cut the old leaf off, planted it, and this is what's happened over the past week or so. So that's really good. And Archer ended up breaking off one of these when I had my money tree on the floor, so I'm going to try to propagate that one in there. There's already some kind of weird stuff growing on the end of it, so fingers crossed that it'll actually grow. Money tree is up right here, the Chinese money tree. This one here is gonna die, but overall it's doing fairly good. My string of pearls right here, I gotta clean my shelf. It's really dirty. I wasted a whole bunch of dirt on there. Some of the pearls are shriveling and I'm not sure what to do about that. Maybe I need to put this one over on the other shelf so I can get some extra sun, but that's how that's looking. My old man cactus and my Z plant, ZZ, I think that's how you pronounce that. Anyway, that's a little plant update, and I'm kind of procrastinating, but I'm gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know, but let's go and figure out something to do. So it's the 12th of October. I have been working on some crochet. I'm just learning. My stitches are not the greatest. Like even right here, look at this. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it because the first one that I make is gonna look wonky anyway. I'm gonna leave all the imperfections and everything. And yeah, I've done this about 6 times, this entire thing about 6 times. I'm on row 12 of 35, and I've been doing this since Friday of last week. I have spent the last 5 days crocheting, and this is as far as I am. I want to show you what I'm gonna make. Where is it? Let's see. I'm gonna show you on the computer. So that's what it's supposed to be, but it's not going to look like that when it's done. Because 1, I have the wrong yarn. 2, I'm using the wrong needle. So I'm going to just crochet because I am learning. And it's probably never going to look like that. And I don't even have the right colors. So I have this green. The green is going to be the orange. I have a dark blue color where the black or brown is. And I have a confetti white for the tentacles. So we're going to see how badly this octopus is actually screwed up in color by the time I get it done. But hey, it's crochet. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be the exact same colors. It may look hideous. It may look great. I don't know. I'm learning. I keep reiterating that I'm learning. Archer is... What are you doing? He's down there he's gonna lay down there now. Anyway, I did this over the weekend, and I don't think I showed any of this. And then I started drawing this, as you saw in the past clip. I just don't have it done yet. This was the prompt on here for the 11th. So I am going to crochet just a couple of more rounds, probably. And then I'm going to work on this again. And I am 2 stickers away from having Patreon stuff done. So I'll probably show a little bit of that later as well. But this is what I'm doing. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping to get something happening with this. This is not supposed to be this great big hole up there. So I believe there's a way that we can close it after. So I'm going to work on that when I get to it. But for anyone that knows how to crochet and you see this, please let me know if this is a half decent effort for 5 days of learning how to crochet. Like I said, I know there is some issues with the stitch, like this one right here, and I've got these like bigger holes in places. I don't know if that's the needle I'm using or if I've missed something, but my stitches are working out the way they should be. I'm ending up with as many stitches as I need. It's just that I do have holes, and I'm wondering if it could be like tension or something, the way I'm holding the needle or pulling something too tight. I don't know, but it is what it is. Let's see what happens. I'll keep you posted. It's not going to get finished in this vlog. I highly doubt it. But if you want me to keep tabs, let you guys know how this is working out, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever tried crocheting before, or if you've picked up some kind of a hobby that you weren't sure how it was going to pan out and you actually ended up liking it. Maybe if you can let me know, start a conversation about that. Give me some words of wisdom for crocheting if you'd like. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I'm going to go and watch some shows, enjoy the candle, and sit back and work on this for just a little bit. I like that. Now we know who the loudmouth of the group is. there's another one over here. Hey guys, look at this abomination. I'm super happy with how this is turning out. I don't like this seam right here, but look at this. Excuse the table. I've watered too many plants on here and now it's all kind of worn. But my stitches are not the greatest in some areas, which is completely fine. And for some reason, I'm thinking that this was actually the inside. This was supposed to be the right side of the pattern and not this side, so I'm a tad confused. I'm gonna have to go and look it up to see which side is actually the correct side, because if it is, then I've got some re-stitching to do. I don't know. Something tells me this is the right side, and then something tells me that this is the right side. I don't know. I need help. I need help. Anyway, we have the outer piece of the octopus and all the tentacles. And now I'm actually, one second, actually doing the bottom portion of the tentacles, which is right here, which will then get put on the bottom of the top piece here in the opposite direction, and will get sewed together to make one big piece. And then I have some eyes that I have to make. There's two eyes that have to go on here, and it's got to get stuffed and everything yet. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused with which way is the right way, which way is the wrong way, because now it looks like down here I have the outside or the inside on the outside and vice versa. So my mom knows how to crochet, so I'm going to ask her what side she thinks is right and which side she thinks is wrong. But yeah, if I've got it done wrong, I have a lot of things to fix before I can sew this thing together. So it's currently the 19th of October. This is, you know, kind of what he looks like this. I do really feel like this is the wrong way, because I don't see all of those sideways like stitches on other people's patterns, and it's just like crosses. So I don't know what I have done here. This is actually not going to get done in this studio vlog, so stay tuned to the next one if you want to see what this turns out like in the end. But right now, we are going to hop over here and we are going to do a collaboration segment in this video with PandaHall Selected, and they sent me some of these MDF blocks a while ago. Please excuse my thumbnail. We'll use this hand. They sent me some of these before, and you saw in a previous video that I've done where I had placed my owls on here that I had created digitally. So what I want to do is come up with a couple of different images that I can put on these. I have 5 of each. So we're gonna hop over onto the iPad, and because of the glare on the iPad, I'm not gonna show you or record what it is that I'm drawing. So when I get an idea drawn out on the iPad and it looks the way that I want it, I'll show you guys what I plan on putting on both of these MDF ornaments here, and I'll show you how I use the heat press to sublimate on them, and you can kind of see the process as we go. Alright guys, so the first thing that we have to do is make sure that we peel the plastic off of the back and the front of these MDF pieces. If not, it won't sublimate. Trust me, it's happened. It didn't end well. So I'm going to pull all of the plastic off of these ornaments here, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes, and I'll show you what I've come up with to go on these ornaments. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to be putting on these images on the computer, because my iPad has a lot of glare on it. So this is initially what the heart ornament's gonna look like. So what I've done is I've gone and printed out, I have to turn on the light because it's so dark here today, it's really gloomy outside. I've printed a heart shape out to see if this was actually going to be big enough to cover the it's the glare to cover the space, and of course this one is quite a bit too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in, resize it, print it again, and get the right size that's going to work for this shape, and then I'll print it off on the sublimation paper. Okay, so now we have the image the right way around for the sublimation. So what we're going to have to do then is to take all of the pieces. I'm actually going to cut these out so that I can place them better than this. But what you want to do is, let's keep it in frame here. Put these down here, arrange it where you need it for the image, and we're going to use some of this heat transfer tape, also sent to me by PandaHall Selected, and we're going to tape these down and get them put into the heat press. Alright guys, so we have the heat press now set to 460 seconds, 400 Fahrenheit and 60 seconds that is. And I've got my ornament put between the Teflon sheets, and I'm going to press it on high pressure, set the timer, and hopefully third time is the charm. Alright guys, so these really did not go as planned. One, I forgot to flip the image, and they printed blurry. This has nothing to do with the actual product. This is just me not knowing what I'm doing. So all of these squares are a bust because they didn't, all in the top corners, they didn't print properly. But it has nothing to do with the product. If you want to, like I said, if you want to get these, check them out. The link is below. They do print nice. These here turned out fairly decent. They're a little bit darker than I had intended, so I won't be selling these, but I'll gift them to anyone that places an order that I can actually put this in the box or an envelope depending on where they are located. So I'll probably just gift these to people, and these are the ones that I did in a previous video, and these turned out really nice. I really like these. So it's the same kind of a product. These were sent to me along with these pieces here as well from PandaHall Selected. So they did turn out really nice the first go. So clearly it's something that I've done wrong. But if you want to check out this video, I'll put a card up at the top here so you can go and see this one as well. And I really like how this one turned out. I do have another one as well that has a little bit of a white outline, but I am going to be gifting these to people that place orders in the shop over the next little bit. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. All right, bye for now.